Hi guys, it's Rachel. I have a lot to tell you and only a little bit of time before my chiropractor appointment. So I just wanted to give a quick update on what I've been knitting before I go on vacation, because I'm pretty sure it's going to change a lot during vacation. And by the time I get back, I'll have like way too much to tell you. So quick update now. And also thank you so much for all your like views and interest on this. I was a little bit nervous putting out that first podcast episode because usually this channel is more known for being like a bullet journal thing than a knitting thing. So I really appreciate all your interest and all your awesome comments. Yeah, so let me just get to it real quick. I have 2 finished objects. I think both of them were almost finished in that last video. And then a couple works in progress that were not what I said they were gonna be last time. So that might be kind of funny. Usually I stick to what I'm thinking about, but if something really calls out to me, sometimes it's better to cast it on right away than later on, because if I feel the motivation, I want to take advantage of that. And I'm someone who always finishes what I start, so I'm not like worried about having too many things going on. It just will get a little overwhelming, but I know I'll finish them all, if that makes sense. So here's the first thing I finished. It is my Shelly sweater by Aries Shimizu. It is knit in drops brushed alpaca silk in the like undyed white colorway. It might be called ecru. I'm not sure. I just got blocked. I wore it like maybe like 5 or 6 times before I blocked it because I just enjoyed having it in my wardrobe so much. So I think this is something I'm going to keep wearing a lot because it's been so nice to have. I'm a teacher, if you don't know. And in the summer I babysit for my skating coach from high school. So I have like a relationship with her kids and it's great and I love it. But she leaves very early to coach skating, so I have to be there very early and it's freezing in the morning sometimes, even during the summer. So this has been awesome because it is so lightweight. It's like nothing. So I can wear it in the morning and then take it off and put it in my bag and it weighs nothing, which is great news for me because I have, sorry, I'm like checking the time. I'm supposed to go to a chiropractor appointment, which is related to this. I guess I can check my computer. You're on my phone. Okay, I have like 15 more minutes to finish this up. I like not carrying heavy things because I have really bad scoliosis and a fused spine, and I get back pain if I carry things too heavy. So to me, a lightweight sweater is like a game changer. Plus it feels really nice and it's soft, and my cat Pan loves it. She loves it, loves it, loves it. It's kind of wrinkled up because she was rumpusing with it a couple minutes ago. And I took photos, so this is how much she loves it. Yeah, so that's finished item number 1. Finished item number 2 I don't have on me because it's in the laundry, but it's my ranunculus by Medora Hirose. I knitted it in Bommel Lin from Drops. Actually, it's behind me. It's this. It is a pretty what's the word? It's not very soft, but it's not scratchy. It's just very like dense and ropey almost. But it makes a really nice fabric that drapes really well and feels really cool against my skin. It doesn't make me itch. And I ended up, it was hard to estimate with this because the yarn balls are so small. They're less than 100 yards for each ball. So you have to really like just order however many and hope for the best. I ended up with about almost 2 balls left. So I guess leading into my first work in progress, I'm knitting up some kind of washcloths out of it, with the idea that these can be kind of like exfoliating for my skin, maybe. I don't know, I know linen softens up with time, so maybe not, but I think the garter ridges should be kind of a nice scrubber without being too like sandpapery against my skin, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll probably just knit one to start with, and then I have this plus a whole other ball, and if I like it, I'll knit up some other squares. And this is just you know, diagonal increase and then decrease square. Pretty typical. I've never knitted a washcloth before. I know it's like a common first project, but this was new to me. But yeah, I really like the way the increase and decrease pattern looks with the selvage stitches. I love a pretty edge. Like, that's very important to me. And I don't like applying edging. I like it to just be pretty and be nice and be done. So yeah, that's my first project, and I'm knitting it up on the size of needles I used for the ribbing for the ranunculus because I liked that density. These are US size 7. So we'll see how those go. Work in progress number 2 is something I said I wasn't gonna do into the fall, but I started anyway. This is my Stella quilt cushion by Laura Penrose. I'm doing, it suggests 8 colors. I'm doing a 4 color one with these 4 colors. Yeah, I worked really hard to, you know, choose them, and I think I talked about that in the last episode, so I won't belabor it, but I finally found the perfect white background color. I didn't really like the one I'd picked out that was the same type of yarn, the Serdar Classic, as the other 4. So I went to a yarn shop near where I babysit, and they had this undyed Malabrigo Rios, and I really liked how it looked, and I love how Malabrigo yarns smell. Like, they have the lanolin in there still, and it smells so good. So I got that to use as a background color, and it felt so nice that I just wanted to cast on right away. And I've made, obviously, like, pretty good progress on it. One thing about me with this is like I said, I really like pretty edges. Like, I like everything to fit together nicely. So I've been kind of obsessing over these like joins in the corners where you pick up, and how it looks. And it hasn't always been perfect when I pick up, but when I join kind of contiguously like this, I like to leave my ends long until I'm done going around, until I'm done picking up stitches in that area, if that makes sense, because then A, if you pull on it, it doesn't pull the end back out, and B, if the join is less than pretty, like it is right here, like it's fine, but it can be better, and it will be, then you can use the tails that are hanging out all over the everywhere to thread through your tapestry needle and kind of add a couple stitches and pull and prod at the intersection here so that it is perfect and pretty. So yeah, these tails would be ready to weave in since everything has been picked up and finished around them, but these ones I'm not gonna weave in until like both of these squares are knit, if that makes sense. But I already did the ones down below, and I kind of like weaving in ends. Like, I like seeing the back of it become as neat as the front slowly, and it's kind of like a progress marker for me, like, oh, I'm done with all these squares, so now I get to weave in these ends, and now I'm almost done. Yeah, do I sound like a crazy person? I might. Yeah, so that's my Stella quilt cushion. It's gonna be, when I finish this part, I'm probably gonna take a break because I'm about to go on vacation. I'm going to Myrtle Beach for a celebration of life for my granddad who passed away in October. I think I mentioned this in the last episode too, but I'm leaving in like 2 days, so I want to bring with me only projects that well, you'll see. The other thing that I'm working on right now is my Mermaid Melody beach dress. Ooh. Does it look like it's not finished? It's not finished and it's stressing me out. Part of the challenge with this has been joining ends. Basically it's plant fiber it's plant fiber and viscose, which is like artificial plant fiber kind of. It doesn't hold its ends like wool does, and since this is such an open knit, you need to be very specific and careful about how you weave in the ends. So every time I've joined an end, I've like knotted it and then double knotted it. And I do this once I get a couple rows past it so that I'm sure I'll get the tension right and it won't look weird. So I'll just like knot it, and then when the tension looks right, I'll tie in the double knot so it like holds the exact looseness I want. And then I go in with a pointy tapestry needle and I weave through the actual yarn itself, like not through the stitches, but through the yarn making up the stitches. And I'm trying to find, I got like halfway through it before I had to leave this morning to babysit, but yeah, I'm kind of okay with it looking a little bit, you know, irregular and uneven, because I have this vision of this being kind of like a fisherman's net texture to the fabric. So I'm okay with it if it's a little bit irregular, but I just want to make sure it holds. And so far it has, so hopefully it keeps holding. I have just started my increases for the skirt. My vision for the skirt is for it to be really drapey and billowy at the bottom with all of the beads and crystals. Sorry, that's really cute. With all the beads and crystals from that I showed in my last episode, kind of sparkling and filling out the bottom. So yeah, this is my current project. And then in order to do this, I have been disassembling my first Umbria top. I don't even know where I am because I just like unjoined a ball of yarn, but this is slowly getting frogged, and I think if I get all this yarn out, it'll be enough to finish the dress and make it look really nice, but I'm not sure how many ends are in there, like how many pieces it's split up into, and since this is a hard thing to join ends with, I don't know if I'm gonna get this finished in time to wear it on vacation. Like, I definitely won't get it finished before, but I'm road tripping down with my mom and my brother, so maybe in the car I can finish it, or maybe while I'm there. My goal is to take photos of it like in the ocean, but we'll see if that happens. If not, I live right next to a lake. I can take photos in the lake. It's fine, but that's the goal. Yeah. Okay, and then my other idea coming down the pipe. Sorry, let me check my time for my chiropractor's appointment. It's at 5. My back is really killing me because of the rain. Okay, I'm good. 5 more minutes. I love this pattern. This just didn't fit me. I can share some photos from my Ravelry. I've been slowly going through and putting my old projects in Ravelry so I can track you know, information better, and so other people can see what I'm making. Where was I going with that? Yes, so you can see the photos, they're from my Ravelry. You can see it doesn't fit very well, which is why I'm frogging it. But because I love this pattern, I am gonna knit it again, and I already have the yarn for it. I got the yarn that was recommended in the pattern. Funnily enough, I think it's gonna fit the gauge perfectly. That should have been obvious from the start, but I decided to go my own way and it didn't really pan out. But I got the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in this Dusty Artichoke color from Dandelion Fibers, which is a yarn shop that's local to Minneapolis where I live. And yeah, it was great. They had just run out when I went in there, so the person working the shop at the time was like, oh, you can just leave me your phone number. We ordered some, you know, yesterday and it should be here in like a week or two, and I'll text you as soon as we get it. I'll set aside 4 balls for you. And I was like, thank you. So yeah, I just got that yarn last Friday about and haven't had a chance to cast on yet, but I'm really excited for that. If I finish my beach dress, that will be the thing I work on vacation. If I don't finish my beach dress, it'll be this. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, and then I decided to leave the leg warmers off a little bit. I'm taking a little bit of a break from dance right now, and I find it like kind of sad to be working on knits for ballet while I'm not dancing. So I decided to wait on the leg warmers. I'm fine. I'm just working on some stuff with my knees. My kneecaps are like loose in here because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so I'm working with a physical therapist to try to find ways to rebuild the muscle around my knees to keep everything where it's supposed to be and dance with less pain. But that also means taking a break from dancing, which I love, so that's kind of sad. But hopefully this fall I'll get to go back to that and I'll be all in on ballet knits again, which is something that's really inspiring to me in my knitting. Yeah, I think that's all I had planned to talk about today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And thanks for your kind of warm welcome to this genre of video on my channel. I hope you like this one too. I have a couple more videos coming down the pipe right now. One about updating my knitting journal, which I've shown on here before, and one about setting up my bullet journal for my vacation in July. So I don't know which of these 3 will come out first, but let me know kind of what content you're liking on here during this kind of like experimental time. I'd be interested to know. All right, I gotta go to the chiropractor now, so I'll see you next time. Bye.